Namaste friends, welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Welcome to day 10 of this 30-day yoga challenge. As promised from yesterday's practice, today we are going to do a detoxifying meditation. Scooching on back to your mat. I have this lovely meditation pillow one of my dear friends Melody gave me, who I love so much. It's made out of these tiny seeds. It's like the best present on the planet. Or if you have a pillow, get up on a pillow. The reason we do this is to just get our sit bones situated and allow our pelvis to make a slight tilt forward. So finding your easy pose, Sukhasana, which is not always so easy. This pose and Savasana, the pose of surrender, these two, either of these you can choose to do this with, are not the easiest poses. So you could choose this pose. Feel what feels good for you. In my teacher training, we were trained to sit in Sukhasana, so I've just gotten really acclimated to it. And my Sukhasana looks different for every meditation. Sometimes it's like this. It's always like a nice triangle. It could be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot up, depending on the meditation that I'm doing and how long. In my teacher training, we went to 2 different temples and do these super long meditations for like an hour and a half, where if you've ever meditated that long, your mind kind of gets in the way and your legs go numb. And I had this moment where I was like, oh my God, my legs are falling off, my legs are falling off. So I just had to be like, breathe into the moment and move the feet down. So just finding that Sukhasana that works for you. And just grounding into the sit bones and moving the meaty parts of the butt away. And finding integrity and love, mostly love for yourself inside. I've really been working with my kiddos at loving yourself by giving yourself good posture. Inside are all of these lovely organs. When we slump over, we're hurting our insides. And then, not that the outward looks are not everything, but then the outward world sees you as kind of this non-confident, slouchy person. If you can find integrity of the spine by rolling back the shoulders. This is our anahata, our spiritual heart. For my kiddos, I call it our heart light. I say, open your heart light and pull a string on your heart light. So feel what that feels like to push your heart light in and pull your heart light out. And you can really feel, for me, I can feel like I don't feel as confident, but I feel more awake and open, shoulders back, soft tuck to the chin here. Tuning in for an intention for today's practice. Today's practice is going to be a releasing negative energy, toxic energy, sludgy energy that's built up within us. This is inspired from my Shambhava Yoga Teacher Training Manual, and it was created by Rudy. He's one of the living lineages of the line of yoga that I practiced. But I'm going to kind of put my own spin on it a little bit. And Rudy was also the founder of Rudy's Bread, if you know that bread. I think it's gluten-free. It's gluten-free bread. Does not own it anymore. Rudy has passed, but it's just inspired from this super cool soul who just shared lots of love and light. So finding that intention, lifting that heart light. And in yoga, we have these bandhas, these 3 bandhas. The first is in our genitals. And if you're a lady, you might be familiar with a kegel. It's when you squeeze your vagina and your anus. And for a man, it's when you squeeze that space in between. I think it's like the taint space, like this between the scrotum and the anus. And you squeeze that in, and you can feel that. Even now, I'm just like, whoop. And even my glutes go squeeze. And you could just, even just doing that, that's that first bandha. That second one is that one at the tummy. So that's that core engagement. And the third bandha, 1, 2, 3, is this little humble tuck to the chin. It is the one time you kind of do want a little double chin. I wouldn't say go super crazy like this. Just keeping a soft little tuck to the chin here, and just finding that integrity of the body, and almost envisioning just zipping up that midsection and finding so much love for yourself, and just really aligning this space, and just feeling if you have a tendency to be to one side or even a slight bit, or the other side, being okay with any aches and pains. If your knees are hurting, some people have to sit like this, or you could sit in Baddha Konasana, the butterfly. Just really finding that Sukhasana, the easy pose that works for you. And my friends, this pose will look different every day of the week. I start out all of my mornings with meditation, and it does not always look like this, and it just depends. And some mornings it looks like, as you may notice, I have 3 children, and I will have a child sitting on my lap, and so you really have to learn to work through distractions here. So just finding that integrity, holding that intention of releasing some negative energy, creating length through the spine here. Exhaling the hands down, hovering slightly above the earth here. And I'm just going to do a little run through before we begin. With this meditation, breathing in a breath and cycling with the breath, bringing it in through the nose, allowing it to come up to the third eye and rain down to the back of the throat, pausing at the heart and envisioning sludgy, mucky, it could be mucky water or mucky sludge, and envision that running down your arms, like just sludgy texture, all the way down, and then envision it seeping down into the earth and flick that energy. If you can get to that place where you can feel it. And this might take quite a few breaths. I know for me, I need to do this meditation for at least 10 to 15 minutes to benefit through it. So let's try our best. We're gonna try about 5 minutes and see what that does for us. And when you breathe in that breath, breathing it into the nose, up to the third eye, envision just clean energy coming through and washing into your nose, up to the third eye, circulating down to your throat chakra and down into your heart center, and just allowing your heart to stream down your arms and getting rid of yucky, toxic energy. Big, beautiful breath into the nose. Third eye, trickling down the back of the throat, coming to the heart space and pausing, allowing that energy to run down your arms, envisioning sludgy sludge. And you can just let it rain down, just keeping those arms elevated, raised from the earth about an inch or 2, soft bend to the elbows. And if you feel the urge, you can flick, removing that gross energy, no thank you energy. I'll cycle with you 2 more times, and I would like you to go within and do it on your own. Breathing that breath into the nose, pushing up to the intuitive center, allowing it to trickle down the back of the throat. Pausing at the heart, letting go whatever sludgy, gross nastiness, experiences, old past memories, future worries, letting them sludgy goop down your arms, down your fingertips, and shake. And you can even, if you want, do a little, like, get rid of this grossness, sickness out of here. One more time together. Breathing a clear, clean, fresh breath into the nose. Rising up to the intuitive center, washing down the back and the front of your throat. Pausing at the heart and allowing any gross energy that you're holding on to sludgily run down your arms. And let it go. Now cycle on your own, and just remember it's nose, third eye, throat, heart. Nose, third eye, throat, heart. And on one fluid inhale, as you're inhaling, it's one breath into the nose, third eye, throat, pause. And with the exhale, you're letting it go. Fluidly breathing in. Beautiful work. Keep flowing with your breath. With each exhale, deepening and allowing yourself to let go of that negative, toxic energy which no longer serves you. It never did. And from this day forward, it never will, and it's gone. You're still here, and you're safe, and you are loved, and you are protected. Cleansing and clearing your system. Deepening that exhale. Coming into the nose, rising to the third eye, dropping down the throat and the heart space, pausing and letting it flow. Beautiful work, expanding and growing. You're doing amazing work, my friends. Taking 2 more of those cycles within yourself. Cleansing and clearing. Letting it go. Exhaling. Flicking away any last minute energy. And slowly bringing the hands to the heart and creating a lotus. Just opening up, creating that Shakti, that energy between the fingers. Maybe keeping the palms away from each other. You can touch if that feels good for you. And raising up your lotus. Not right now, I'm almost done. Raising up that lotus. And letting your lotus grow wherever that feels good for you. Just envisioning that energy growing. Like a lotus blossom. A lotus is an enlightened flower. It's this beautiful flower who hides down in the mucky waters in the darkness. And with the birth of a new day, the lotus journeys up the clean, fresh waters. Sorry, that's my son. And opens and blossoms and is the most beautiful flower, shining its heart light, shining its light. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Shining its light. And as we are like the lotus, children drive me nuts sometimes. Oh my God. And as the lotus blossoms, we're going to remove ourselves from this psychoness. And as the blossoming lotus grows bigger and bigger, blossoming every day, blossoming and journeying up through those mucky waters, the lotus, we are like the lotus. And envisioning clean energy coming into your being, floating down into your blossom, into your flower, and just feeling light pouring down from the sun, and giving so much gratitude for yourself, and so much gratitude for this new cultivation of clean energy that we have created and made space for. Breathing in a big breath into the heart. I think he stopped. Cuckoo bananas. I say, stay out unless you are injured or severely hurt. And of course they come in. That's what happens when you have 3 kids. They're a bunch of crazy bananas who like to listen. They like to listen all the time. So holding that lotus, just feeling what that feels like, and slowly bringing the hands to the heart space in Anjali Mudra. Just breathing in a deep breath of gratitude for yourself. Just envision, like I said, that light from the sun coming down and replenishing your energy and revitalizing you and making space for new experiences. One of my friends shared with me today this beautiful quote from Jacob Lieberman, and I don't know it verbatim, but it went along the lines of not worrying about each tiny sliver of a moment of life and how we think we can control like the clips of life, like the little scenes of life. And instead of worrying about these tiny moments, to take a breath and be open to the bigger picture, the big picture of life. And don't worry and concern ourselves with all of these small little frames of what our perceptions of what life is, and just being open to that bigger picture of life. I love you so much, my beautiful friends, and thank you for joining me in this guided meditation. I would apologize, sorry for my son, little wacky bananas, but this is real life and I am still showing up for you. And know that yoga, as most of us have this perception, is not always the movement. It's not just a physical workout, which is so great to give our body movement that feels good. So I encourage you, if you would like to do some of your favorite movements, maybe you've learned in this practice, maybe even doing a few seated twists after sitting here in this meditation, or maybe going into some cow and cats. You can even do seated cow and cats. But know that yoga also, a big piece of yoga, which really pulled me into yoga, was the spiritual aspect and the meditation. And just allowing ourselves to help clear our minds and be present to what is now. So I really hope that this meditation helped you clear some energy, and you might be feeling some weirdness. I really encourage you to open up a window to help get that energy out. I also do Reiki, and I know I feel a lot of energy, and energy does get stuck in our houses. It gets stuck in the corners of rooms. So even though we had our hands down to the earth, some of that energy might go boom, boom, boom up to the corners. But if you can open your window and just set an intention and say, I'm opening this window to let any negative energy out, and it will make its way out. Otherwise, you might get some energy trapped in the corners of your house. Have you ever walked past a wall or a space in your house where it just makes you feel kind of funky? There might be some weird energy in that space. And I would highly encourage opening the windows or even doing a little sage, my friend. Saging your house and doing an energy clearing is, for me, a must, because especially with all these wackadoodly kids and myself, the highs and the lows in life gets crazy, and that negative toxic energy, it gets stuck everywhere. And for me, that's why I wear malas. Each string of mala beads are different. This was created from a friend of mine, and I have a couple of different kinds of stones. I have garnet, labradorite, and I think I have moonstone. But these stones will actually take and pull out yucky energy from us. And if I'm feeling like I really need it, I'll put it in my shirt and against my heart, and that will really help pull out some negative energy. So I encourage you, if you don't have a mala, to maybe seek out and do some research on malas, because they really, for me, I have a couple of different pairs, but they really help me. They'll take hits for us. They pull out bad experiences and negative energy stuck within us, and they're really a saving grace in my life. So I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I hope that you got rid of some yucky, gucky energy, and maybe you're inspired to get rid of some more gross energy that might be stuck in your house. Because the space that we live in, it's literally our house. This is our house. We carry all this crazy energy within us, and doing things like that can just help us cleanse and clear. And my beautiful friends, I would love to offer you a distant Reiki healing session. And if you're interested, just put your name below. All I need is your name, and just say, yes, please, I would love healing, distant energy, blah, blah, blah. I would just put, yes, please, and then put your name, first and last name. Or you can just put your first name and say, I would love Reiki. And I will just send it for no cost, for free, just out of the kindness of my heart. And I can do a big group session, and I can send you some Reiki energy. And it's just this beautiful energy, this gift that I have that I didn't really know that I have. It's this crazy gift. I got trained for it about a month ago, but I feel like I've been doing it my whole life in many past lives. And I would love to send that to you and help you clear out some energy that's kind of stuck on a deeper level. My beautiful friends, I love you so much, and I'm truly so grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this outlet. Yoga Bliss helps keep me sane. Not sane, but it just really helps me. I love sharing, so I truly want to give you my deepest gratitude for showing up here and just being here and being a part of this journey. And if you've enjoyed this practice and this challenge, can you please share it, and better yet, subscribe to this channel, because my goal is to help heal, awaken, and love and transform the lives of millions of people across the globe. And I'm already on my way. I'm already here. I don't need more, but I just really want to share. So share, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for showing up, my beautiful friends. Namaste. Lots of love to you all.